up, guys? You're back again with another video from your boy. I'm Captain Sam, and today we're gonna get into something a little new. Like I said, I'm gonna be coming with more videos, and so I came up with an idea where I'm gonna have a segment every day of the week. And some days I may not post because I may not have some content for that segment, depending on what I do that week. But y'all need to stay tuned because we're gonna come up with some new stuff. Before I get into the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure that you follow the movement FRB. Go subscribe to my other brothers, Leave Outdoors and Pro Girders Outdoors. We're coming out with some new content. We're coming out with some good stuff. But like I said, make sure you go subscribe right here. And I'm gonna get into the video. Today we're getting into something I like to call Tackle Tuesday. Today I'm going to talk about what's up and coming in the fishing world and what's coming in the bass fishing world specifically. We're going to get something called bed fishing, and we're going to get something called bed fishing, and all of y'all know what that is. All of y'all love bed fishing. I don't know if all of y'all love bed fishing, but I know that I love bed fishing, and so I'm going to talk about with you guys, share a little bit of my knowledge, share a little bit of what I like to do and what I do to catch these fish, because that is what, you know, we're trying to do as fishermen, is catch these fish. Even if we don't catch them, no, we want to catch them. We want to catch them. Anyways, so I'm going to get into this this segment. I only have a little bit of my tackle here like I showed before, but I'm moving into some of the rigs that I like to do. I'm going to get into some of the things that you should try if you haven't tried. So number one lure that I like to use when I'm targeting these bed fish is I like to use a little swim bait. I don't have a swim bait with me today. I like to use a soft plastic swim bait, not necessarily a hard swim bait. Some people like to use jerk baits and stuff like that. I don't get that. I mean, that's a small select that I've seen, but I see it does catch fish. I don't know how, but it does. But what I like to use is usually it's something like this, but with a paddle tail, and I just use it weedless. Let me see if I have one pre-made in here already. I'm not seeing it. Alright, so what we have here, I'm showing you, is a fluke type bait. Just pretend it's a paddle tail. And so what I would do is I would take my hard tackle, and I will take this right here, grab me a 5/0 hook, and what I'll do is I'll place this so y'all can see. Place this through here, go all the way through to the bottom of the ribs. Sometimes I'll stop before just because this is a little long to the rib, and sometimes you're able to use the end over again. This tip, just cut it off. You know, sometimes when you catch a fish, it'll break off, and sometimes you can reuse it. But for right now, I'm just gonna do this. Put it through, you know, perfect for setting the hook, you know, and it's just perfect for that, man. Ribs right here protect the hook, and it's weedless. I can throw this wherever I want to throw it, and this is also a natural feeding, this is natural bait and predator for their fry, and their bed, you know, their eggs, their fish eggs. So with this in mind, I like to use this just because, specifically the paddle tail, just because it's something that I can throw out there. I can reel in. A lot of times when I can't see the bed, or if I'm bank fishing, I'll throw this out there, just because it's a natural predator, and sometimes it'll trigger them to bite. And those little key aspects, you know what I'm saying? This is a natural color. It's green pumpkin. Doesn't have any red flakes in it, but you know, it's a natural predator, natural color, natural presentation, and I'm giving them something that they see often. And so with that, like I said, it's something that they always eat. It's something that's a natural predator. It's replenishable. You can buy these for, I want to say like $5 for a pack of what, 12, something like that. I don't know. It depends on what brand you get, but that's my go-to whenever I'm bank fishing or whenever I can't see the bed specifically. I'll throw this down there just to try to see what the bass are doing, how they're acting, if they're finicky or if they're aggressive or not. I mean, that's a real indicator. If they're aggressive, they're gonna hit this. Especially anytime it goes over their bed, they're gonna hit this. Even if they're, and another thing is, you can catch some of the fish that aren't just guarding the fry. Some of the fish that are just out there patrolling, trying to actually hunt for some prey. for some bait fish. A lot of times I'll catch my biggest ones off of this just because you'll have the males who are guarding the nest, and they're usually smaller than the females, and so the ones patrolling are the females usually, and you'll be able to catch some decent sized fish off of this. So that's my go-to. Now I'm gonna go to my number 2. My number 2, if they're finicky, this is what I use when they're finicky. Good old weighted jig head. This one has a weed guard on it. This is really, honestly, smaller than what I would normally use. I'd probably use 3/0. And what I would put on this is, like I said, either I'd probably put a swim bait on it if I want to, you know, kind of drop it in a specific bed. If I can see the bed, if I can see an area, this is when I would use this. This is when I can actually see the bed, I can actually see the fish, and I'm able to be on top of them, and I'm able to place it where I want to place it. I would use this right here. And so a lot of times, like I said, when you're bed fishing, that's what you're doing. You're there, you should be able to see them. That's what bed fishing is usually. But like I said previous, if I can't see them, I'm using that. That's swim jig. That's swim bait. But yeah, this is the go-to for placing it down where I need to place it, placing it right on top of the beds. I'll put a creature bait on here. I'll put anything on here, because when it comes to protecting their fry, you drop anything on top of their bed, and if they're aggressive, they're gonna eat it. Might necessarily not eat it, but they'll pick it up and they'll try to move it, and that gives you enough time usually to set the hook. And so, you know, you can put a Senko on there. This is, like I said, another natural color, or I have this color, or I even have the smaller green pumpkin, and you know, that's just like some of the stuff that you would like to use. Now, if you want to get creative and get the best of both worlds, go ahead and put the Senko with the paddle tail, you know, and you'll be able to swim that anywhere, and place it down and drop it down anywhere that you want to drop it, right on top of that bed specifically, and be able to catch that fish. Now, a third option, if these don't work, which usually they do, you know, usually this is what I stick with for majority of the time, or if they're not biting these specific colors, I'll change up color. Maybe it'll change the mood, maybe it'll trigger them to strike. What I'll use is a good old drop shot rig. I'll use a good old drop shot rig, and what comes with that is you're really targeting the fish that are more aggressive. You're really targeting the fish that are willing to eat the suspended fish, even though it's not necessarily near their prey, near their fry, in their bed. And so, you know, I'll use a good old weight. This is not usually what I would use. Back at home, I have my tungsten weights that I would use. I'll put on there. Those weights are just so much better, so much smaller for the weight size, and you know, weight to size ratio is great on those things. And so, like I said, presenting a natural color. This is a natural worm color, and it has a beautiful action in the water. But also, like I said, I'll get exotic and go ahead and go with the lime green, something that stands out a little bit more, something that catches their attention if they're not, you know, aggressive from the jump. But yeah, man, I just want to give y'all this little sweet segment. It's not going to be long. It's just going to be something I can post every day, something to show y'all, some tips and some tricks to different segments, different parts of this outdoor channel, and that includes fishing, hunting, outdoor activities, whatever we're doing. You know, we're doing crazy stuff around here. But stay tuned for tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be Whitetail Wednesdays, and I'm gonna get into what happened this whole season. I'm gonna get into not just what happened this whole season, but what's happening right now, into shed hunting and stuff like that. And so y'all stay tuned for that. Make sure before you end this video, you like, you subscribe, tag your buddy, do whatever you gotta do. But we trying to grow this family. We trying to grow this FRB family. It's something special. But without further ado, stay juiced. Peace. I hope y'all liked the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. It's your boy, I Am Captain Sam, signing out.